So, I've got a story time that I want to talk about. This is maybe kind of different from a sit-down talk video, but we're gonna just jump right into it and see how it turns out. So, I was on my way to work, as I do, and I decided to go into the mall area, go upstairs into the mall area, which I don't normally do, but I don't know, I just felt like doing something different. And then this group of girls, I see them like talking, and then I see one of them point towards me. Now, for me, or for those who don't know, I typically have like these big white headphones on most of the time if I'm not like hanging out with friends, just because I don't really want people to talk to me. It's something I'm working on, but yeah, I just typically have those on as like big do not disturb headphones, but you know, some people don't really understand. So yeah, I was walking and they were pointing at me. Now, when someone points at me or in my direction, I always assume that it's not me. I assume that maybe something is happening in front of me or behind me or near me, and they just casually happen to point in front of me. So it happened, and they're all talking and they're all looking in my direction. So before it was just the one that was pointing, but then it turned to a whole group, and I'm like, okay, so maybe maybe they like something that I'm wearing, even though I'm just wearing like my work shirt and like same like olive green pants. But like, so I was like, I don't know, maybe one of them like really wants like some olive green cargo pants or something. So I decide, and I'm like, okay, cool. And so then a few seconds later, I see one of them kind of run towards me. Now, me being me and my analytical self, I was like, okay, let me plan out the trajectory of like, if she keeps running, we're gonna run into each other at some point. So I immediately start panicking. So I'm like, okay, the introvert in me was like, let's hug the wall farthest away from her, so maybe she kind of gets the hint that I don't want to talk to anybody. So that happens, and I hug the wall. She comes up and like runs in front of me, and she's like, hi. I'm like, oh great, there's a person talking to me. So I was like, and she was like, oh hi, do you have a minute, or are you busy? And I was like, no, what's up? I think I literally said those exact words. And she was like, so we're trying to get in to see this movie, and like, we're not old enough. And I was like, okay. And I obviously get where she was going, but a part of me was like, I have 2 hours before I start work, so it's not like I really have anything to do. I'm not going to see this movie because I didn't want to see it personally, but they were like, oh yeah, can you just like walk in with us, pretend to be like an older brother or something? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, why not? But it was funny, after that whole thing happened, it was funny because I had my headphones on the whole time as they were talking. I was kind of just like, okay, like I'm just here. Like, I didn't even have to really walk into the theater, but I didn't want them to get in trouble. So I told myself, I was like, okay, I'll just walk in and like grab some water from a water fountain and then just dip. But that got me thinking. I was like, oh cool, like, you don't really see people like go up to strangers and just talk like that unless they like need something. Now, I want to relate this to the fact that a lot of people are wanting to meet more people and make friends. Like, okay, my thought is, I'm like, okay, why don't you just do that? Like what that girl did. She was probably like middle school. Maybe in high school. I don't know. But like, she came up to me because she wanted something. Now, if you really want friends that badly, you can honestly just go up to someone who you think is cool and be like, hey, you're cool. Like the other day, there's a person who I've been wanting to do that with, actually. And I've been so nervous because I'm so nervous of rejection. That's the basis of it, is that you're nervous of something that might happen or might not. There's a 50-50 chance of like something bad might happen, something good might happen, nothing might happen at all. Like, you never know until you actually take the chance. And I don't know, I thought about that, and I was wanting to make a video about it, because I was like, oh, it's so cool to think that, like, you want to get into a movie so badly that you ask a stranger to pose as, like, an older sibling so you can get into a movie. But, like, how come you can't go up and talk to a stranger, or, like, I don't know, like, obviously, you know, use your common sense and don't talk to, like, somebody who might look a little suspicious with your own judgment, of course. But, like, you know, it's not that hard when I think about it. Like, I went to an expo the other day. This is just the video of recapping the things that have happened in the last, like, week. I went to an expo the other day, and a part of me was like, you know what? Half these people have, like, cameras, and they seem so cool. Like, why didn't I, like, get to talk to them more and talk to them? Because I was nervous of just, like, making conversation. Even though I love photography, it is hard for me to keep up a conversation about it, because I'm like, look, I like photography, but I'm more of a video guy, and there's not too many people who are into video in my area, at least that I know of. I'm I'm just yapping at this point, but that is the moral of the story is that I think it's funny that you can reach out to someone, a stranger that you don't even know, for something like that, like a movie, but yet like we struggle with meeting people and being spontaneous and having that kind of charisma to go talk to someone that you don't even know, but you do that for a movie? Like, make it make sense, because that'll make sense. Well, it kind of does, but you know, this is your sign to go talk to someone today. I want you to do that, and I'll see you in the next one.